Welcome to Tone Kent. I'm Keyblade Spirit. My co-host is Lumia, and we've got the guest Noneedbruh here to talk about ReZero, the OVA, and the first two episodes of Season 2. Go!
Introductions out.
Yes. Lumia, you made it 8 minutes into Season 1. Your thoughts?
I need someone to shoot me in the head.
So
Click,
you can...
click. I'm aiming. Please stay still.
Okay.
Kaboom. And now Lumia has left the call officially. I guess it's just me and Keyblade now. Keyblade, do you like this anime? I just want to know.
Yes, I literally like ReZero. The more I used to love it, the more I think about it, the less I love it, but I don't think I'll ever not like it.
What made you like ReZero? Is it the time travel bullshit or the drama bullshit? Or just because you think some girl is cute?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Or is it the awful CG?
No, the CG is awful and unforgivable and stupid and bad. I hate all of that about it. But you know what I like about it? See, I like the time travel bullshit as it relates to the drama.
So you do actually like Subaru. You don't hate the guy.
I like him as a character that I'm supposed to hate.
Okay.
Like I don't read him as being meant to be likable.
Okay, but I don't actually find Subaru that unlikable. Like, why do you think he's that unlikable? Or meant to be, at least?
Because I sort of see him as... There's no other way to put it. Subaru is literally a simp. He's a simp for Amelia. And I really feel like his existence in the show as the main character is meant to be like representative of this general idea of he's trying to attain this actually not very cute girl or even cool girl when he actually has good options available to him that are realistic to obtain. Like, there is a girl in the show who actually likes him and is cool and cute.
Actually, there are literally multiple. Like, he's a literal chick magnet for almost all the female characters.
Yeah, and it's just like... Yeah.
But he's so cringy.
Oh, yeah, he is also cringe. I should have gotten to that first. He's very cringe, and I like the fact that he is cringe and the way that he is cringe. Because, like, you haven't seen more than 8 minutes of it, Lumia, but, like, his cringe becomes sort of like the running gag of his character, and also like some of his better points in some ways.
It was the only joke in those 8 minutes was Subaru is cringy as fuck.
Yeah,
okay.
But see, he's also...
And they were all unfunny.
Okay, they're not meant to be funny though. Like, okay, because later in the series, it does come back to bite him at hardcore in the ass. Like, literally. Okay, there is a scene where he white knights the main girl. Okay, the story is, since you literally only made it 8 minutes, the main girl, the Emilia, the one with the white hair, is gonna be like the future queen or princess or whatever of the kingdom. Okay? That's the setup. Subaru, and she's like in a court with the other candidates, and it's like this serious situation, like they're talking about who's more like capable or cool or whatever between these candidates, and Subaru just jumps up and White Knights her. And an actual knight is sitting there. He's like, "Shut up, kid." And
Yeah,
then
even
Subaru just, yeah,
yeah,
Subaru
no,
continues to be
that the
cringy.
no, like the best thing about that scene is that Subaru is more of a white knight than the literal white knight sitting right
Literally
next to
there.
him.
Yes, and then the White Knight is like, "Hey, you're kind of cringe, bro. Please chill." But Subaru just goes full autistic mode and just starts screeching. So the White Knight is like, "Okay, dude, I'm just gonna like shut you up." And then Subaru like wants to like fight him, but because Subaru is like a cringy teenager, and he's fighting an actual trained knight, that knight just slaps the shit out of him in front of everyone, including Emilia. And then Emilia meets up with him and she's like, "Dude, that was like kind of cringe and embarrassing. Like, please stop doing this. I don't want to talk to you." Subaru's main superpower is when he dies, he goes back in time. Literally, the moment he got that shit beaten out of him and slapped to bits, he's like, superpower saved him in that moment. So even if he kills himself, he will just return to after he actually got like Emilia embarrassed and all of that stuff. He cannot fix this mistake.
Wait, how does time travel powers work? How far back can he go?
Okay, let me explain this because it's both interesting and I kind of have a theory about it. The way Subaru's time travel powers work is basically like save scumming in a visual novel. He gets to certain points in the story, and those are checkpoints. And he can never exactly tell when he's reached a checkpoint. He just kind of has a general idea. And so, if he dies in between checkpoints, he automatically goes back to the previous one. And he's able to, with all of his memories of what's gone on before. So he can make different choices and stuff like that. And what's interesting about this is that he has this power because of the entity that's sort of being set up as the main antagonist of the series, the Witch of Envy, Satella, or whatever, however it's pronounced.
Salmonella?
Yeah, Salmonella.
But
and she's apparently a simp for him.
Why?
And I don't know. Like, she's like got this. We don't know much about her, but for some reason she's got this weird possessive streak about Subaru. And it seems like she gave him this power specifically so that he won't die before she is able to actually get her hands on him. And these checkpoints, my theory about them is that she decides when the checkpoints occur. Right?
Okay. I do know some actual details about that, but they're not in the anime. So I'm not gonna like discuss them here.
Okay.
I
we can
don't care.
Yeah, we can
No, I mean like for people listening.
Yeah. Like the main point of it is every once in a while there will be a point that if he dies, he will travel back in time to that point with all of his knowledge of what happened in the previous timeline.
I thought it'd be so much funnier if he actually could just like make a literal save point and could have multiple saves.
Oh, that would
Okay.
also be cool, but
That would be cool and funny, but that's not the point because another part of ReZero is Subaru does not like going back in time because he has to die and he like dies. Like he bleeds out and feels his guts and his bones ripping a shred. Then he wakes up. It's not like it's a dream or instant. Like he feels himself dying every single time. And it's described in excruciating details how painful it is for him to have to do that.
yeah, it's brutal, and it comes up later in the first season that these are actually traumatic experiences that are happening to him.
Now, main argument about that: are they actually that traumatic? It depends on how you look at it, because this is one of the reasons that people hate Subaru. It's because he could literally, okay, he's this is a problem with ReZero. Most of the solutions he comes up with are not exactly smart or big brain. They're just like the solution happen when he calms down, or the solution happen where he quote unquote goes to through character development. It's like it's kind of arbitrary, because like the moment he becomes like a better person, the solution just fucking magic, kind of like weirdly magically shows up, and it's not like he never comes up with like the smartest strategy out there.
Yeah.
Do you know
Although
what I mean?
I kind of do. I don't remember the first season that well, except for like the final arc and the battle with Beetlejuice. The main and the thing about that I really enjoyed is that like the solution that just magically came to him was specifically that he had to rely on a bunch of other people in order to get everything done.
Yes, but in technical term, it's what I'm trying to say. It is not, for example, like Steingates, where there's a lot of experiment. Like for example, Steingates, when Hyoin Kyoma wanted to save that fucking bitch, he had to do a bunch of bullshit for hundreds of times. He had to try like every fucking possibility to like kind of mathematically like home in on like the actual solution, which is like cool and neat or whatever. But in Subaru's case, he just this is kind of meta, but like he has to just be a better person. He has to be like the good guy, because the moment he tries to like be evil or scheming or like do backhanded bullshit, he always fails, with no exceptions. But like when he actually like sits down and like, okay, what's like the best solution I can take? What's like the most like good boy character development solution I can take? That turns out to always be the right one.
Yeah. Well, to me, that just feels like generally what the gameplay loop in a visual novel is. Like if you're
Yes,
not
but
looking at strategy guides and stuff.
yeah,
And so
but
it's
I
yeah,
don't like visual novels.
Neither do I.
yeah. Well, I could
Wait,
take
you
or leave
made
visual
two visual
novel.
novels.
Yeah. What was that?
No, not you. No, Nibra. You made two visual novels, and you hate
Yes,
visual
we
novels.
made them.
Shaking
They
my
they
head.
exist. Please
Yeah.
How
do
dare
not never look them up, viewer. They are bad and nightmarish. Please never do that. Do not find them.
Yeah. Links in the description.
God damn it, Keyblades. Okay, but like the main, I just want to say this. I love ReZero. But this is like the main weakest point in my opinion, is that Subaru is weirdly not. Okay, if I had power, literally die and just have all the memories and just fix everything, I feel like I would abuse it way more than Subaru does. Which is just like the only actual gripe I have with the show. I like everything else about it, but I just like kind of icky about Subaru's. He's a weird dumbass, like to a weird degree. It's strange.
Yeah. No. No. I think a big thing about Subaru is that he's kind of he is a weird dumbass, and
Uh,
like the gameplay loop of a visual novel, at least of the better visual novels, is that you go through, you make your natural choices as you would, you get the bad ending, and then you reload your save and you try again with what you assume are the correct choices. But that's not a gameplay loop for everybody, but that's typically how it goes. And then if you want to see different endings, you have to go back and reload your save again if you got it right the first time somehow.
agreed. Lumia, why do you hate this anime so much, even though it's literally the most popular anime this season and was the most popular anime the year it came out?
Because it's cringy, and cringe is cringe.
Kind of based. Your answer is kind of based.
I know.
Hmm.
Okay, but counterpoint. Cringe when other people are being it is really funny and based to look at.
Not every time.
Oh yeah, not every
Yes, and
time, but
ReZero, yeah, and ReZero is not a particularly funny show.
It's really unfunny.
Yes,
Painfully
it's
so.
way too serious. So if you're just cringing or do think, here's the, if I was in a different mindset and just like didn't accept that Subaru was just both an extreme dumbass and also an extreme white knight simp, I might just hate the show because if I find those characteristics just boring, I think I might just not like it. But I just overlook them for the other stuff, which is the time travel bullshit, which is my favorite part.
I
Because
thought you
I just
hated time travel bullshit.
yeah, but it's I hate time travel bullshit when it's not like fucking exact. When time travel bullshit, example, in ReZero, he dies, he returns. That's it. There is no other timelines or fucking alternate realities or whatever. He just dies and comes back, and that's it. And that's all I need to think about. But like in other time travel stories, when they try to explain it or like have the characters manipulate time in strange and bizarre ways, I'm like, this is retarded and I don't like it. But ReZero is way too simple about it.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
I mean, like Homestuck. Homestuck is a fucking shitty comic that I hate. Yes. Fuck you, Andrew Hussey. I will hunt you down.
Yeah, I also hate Homestuck. I read the first page and immediately hated it. Anyway, back to ReZero.
No, I don't wanna color this impression. I'm an Act 6 hater. I love the first 5 acts of Homestuck, but Act 6 can go fucking die in a fire.
Okay.
So good.
Anyway, we should probably start talking about like the actual SEO-able part of this episode.
A what now?
The SEO-able part.
Wait, I'm still dead.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
I get a revive?
Phoenix down, Lumia. That should do it. Like, just give it a second to take. Anyway, okay, there we go. Anyway, the first topic of this, like the first SEO-able topic of this podcast is, oh, what the fuck was it? The ReZero OVA, aka the crossover with Frozen.
AKA
Wait,
the
what?
most boring episode of all time.
A crossover with Frozen? One of my favorite Disney movies?
Yeah, well, like here's the thing. Throughout the whole episode, for one thing, it's basically a movie. It's like an hour and 15 minutes long. They should have just called
But
it
nothing
ReZero the
happened.
movie. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I feel like it would have been much better if I didn't have any of the context of the rest of the show, and it was just Amelia as an unknown character. Because there's this moment when she says her name for the first time, and that reads as though it's meant to be like not only significant character development bullshit, but also real but also like a reveal of her name, that she is like a person and all of that, and not the Witch of Envy. But yeah.
At TLDR, it's the most boring thing to ever exist. Do not watch it.
That is unfortunate. The most boring thing to ever exist?
No.
Now
Okay.
it borrows a lot from Frozen.
I was gonna say, I've seen Eighth Son. And by that I mean I've seen episode 1 of Eighth Son.
I thought you saw like the first third of episode 1 of Eighth Son.
Oh god, did I have only seen... No, I finished that episode. Fuck you.
No, I had to explain what the ending of it was because you hadn't seen it.
Oh yeah. Either way, that's the most boring episode of anime I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're trying to say here, anime bad. Please don't watch it.
Yeah. No, like there were things that I liked about the OVA. I liked that we got more characterization of Puck.
Who?
Oh, you haven't.
Cat boy.
Yeah.
He's the cat man.
Yeah, Puck is Erina's cat thing.
Who's also
She's
dad.
Yeah, he's her
He
familiar.
is her dad.
He is what?
He is her dad.
Oh yeah, he is literally her dad. Like
Okay,
adopted.
maybe not
dad.
literally, but he is her dad.
Yeah, no, he
as far
is.
as the story is concerned.
No, he is literally her adoptive dad.
Yes, adopted.
Yes.
Emilia is not a Catwoman, sadly.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah. No. Though we do have a cat girl in ReZero.
No, a cat boy.
No. The light novels do reveal that she is actually literally transgender.
Who? Are you talking about?
Yeah, Ferris. Ferris, real name Felix, originally introduced as.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Cool.
we have a literal cat trans girl. That's cool.
Very base.
Yes.
Okay, we got one good thing about this manga so far. Anime? Light novel? I don't even know what it is anymore.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's too complicated. It's too bullshit.
I see. It's too small brain for my big brain.
It's
yes.
like too big brain for your also big brain.
Somehow.
I was gonna kick you, but you saved yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So speaking of big and small brains, the best part of this episode, which is like the only reason why you might want to watch the OVA, if you're a fucking degenerate, Emilia is like naked for like the first like couple of minutes or something. It was really strange. I'm just saying.
I think
she is naked.
I think Takuda made a good point about this, about something completely different that I'm going to use here. You can just type naked anime girl into the Google.
Yeah,
but you don't need to get blue balled.
Yeah.
I know, but she's like naked in the actual canon though.
I see.
You get your fucking weird confirmation that she is naked. Which is just straight.
Yeah. Yes.
But Amelia's boring.
Amelia's not boring. Amelia literally just did nothing the first season of ReZero.
I was referring to her design.
No, I like her design actually.
Yeah, I like her clothing.
I didn't realize you two were
aesthetic. Yeah. If we're speaking aesthetic, Amelia and Echidna, which is like, oh boy, people are gonna. Echidna is one kooky wacky character. Let's just say that.
Wait, which one is Echidna?
Echidna is the Witch of Greed, the one in season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. She comes in at the end of episode 2.
Yes.
Okay.
This bitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is cool and kind of based.
Yeah, I like that she's wearing a butterfly.
Yeah, it reminds me of my favorite game, Persona 5.
So speaking of Persona 5, like the best game of all time.
No! This is the ReZero episode.
Oh, I love Persona 5.
No! Okay, so...
But dear viewer, would you rather live in the illusion world or in the real world?
No,
Are you a Mario man? I want to know.
Can we... I'm not editing this out.
Okay, so ReZero character designs. I don't know. Okay, I literally only like Emilia and Echidna, but it's literally probably because the white hair. Because I do draw people with white hair a lot, especially with that.
Wait, you draw?
Don't worry about it, Lumia. Someday.
No, I want details on this.
Nope, not this episode.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it later.
God, first I find out Takuda's an artist. Now I find out that Noni's an artist.
It's tough. But like, all I'm trying to say is, White hair based. That's the only reason why I like them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Also,
Keyblade's fetish, blue hair. Noni's fetish, white hair. Got it.
Okay,
no,
it's less
my
white.
fetish is
Okay.
green.
Sure it is.
Like, just the color green in general. Anyway, about character designs, I have a point to make. Probably not a good point, but a point nonetheless. Uh, I like that Subaru, even though his character design is very milquetoast, I like that he doesn't get a new outfit that fits in better with the world.
Yes, he does.
Does it? Okay, well, that he hasn't yet. Because he's.
Okay, he
It's.
doesn't actually change his outfit, but he has different outfits. Like he wears the butler and the knight stuff. Like
Yeah,
he
but like
changes stuff.
yeah, but his main design, the
Yeah,
tracksuit thing, I like
he
that.
keeps it. Yeah, he keeps it.
Yeah, I like that doesn't really go away as the main thing that he wears because it. I always like that he looks like a foreigner throughout the entire thing. You know,
I mean, I bet.
like just the fact that he doesn't fit in is good.
I don't like the
visually to me.
tracksuit.
Oh yeah, no, it's not
Actually,
it's like I said, it's a very milquetoast design. Just the fact that it's not like
it is meant to
fantasy
be
world garb.
generic. It's literally meant to be generic.
Yeah,
I will give credit. I like the slick back hair.
yeah, yeah. Like
Also,
one other thing that I like about Subaru's design specifically is that, like we've talked about in other episodes, he's one of those characters who sort of gives off that generic main character energy without really being a totally generic main character.
okay, okay. I just want to get into this right now. Subaru is okay on some level. Subaru is literally the most overpowered character in this entire anime.
He is.
He's got
Yeah,
knowledge.
it's not even knowledge. He literally is. For all intents and purposes, he is immortal.
Yeah, well, he is immortal, seemingly, unless he spills the beans about his abilities.
Wait, if he tells someone he loses his power?
We don't
No, he
know.
doesn't lose it.
Yeah, no.
No,
Well,
he doesn't lose it. Okay, no, it's just if he tries to tell someone, it just straight up just kills him.
oh, and he returns again anyway.
Yeah, but as far as the anime is concerned, it never happened. Like because here's the thing, when he tries to tell someone, just straight up he feels like he's about to die, and he just like stops himself from spilling the beans.
Is that how he
Okay.
commits suicide?
What?
Yeah,
Is that
does
well? He has to commit suicide to go back in time, right? I imagine there would be some situations where it's just easier to commit suicide than just let somebody else kill him.
yeah, but
No,
he
okay.
always like commits suicide in a physical
Yeah,
way, like
yeah.
because the way he dies if he spills the beans is that the Witch of Envy like grabs his heart and just starts crushing it slowly.
Yeah, he literally feels like he's gonna die, so he never like speaks about his experiences.
Oh, I just thought it was like a good way of committing suicide.
No, it's
No.
the way he
He
commits
usually,
suicide are more difficult, but much less
yeah, it's just
painful.
normal suicide. He just throws himself off a cliff or something.
Yeah,
Okay. How did he get sent to the other world?
That's not explained yet.
yeah, he literally just appears there.
He just straight up blinks his way into the other world.
So
Yeah,
that's never explained.
yeah. Like I think from what I remember, the first scene of the series is we're in perspective with him, first person view. He blinks, and then when
Yeah,
he opens his eyes again, it's the other
Well,
world.
it's about 30 seconds of him reading manga, doing stuff,
yeah.
grabbing some supplies, and then he blinks and
Yeah.
other world.
Bam, another world.
Yeah, I was just curious if they ever went into more detail about what happened to him.
Yeah, like
Not yet.
the circumstances sort of like broadcast ahead of time that it's going to be explained, but it hasn't yet, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Okay, that's another reason I just want to complain about now. The anime explains so little of the actual plot. I'm just saying. Not the anime, like the beginning of this story, which is like 25 plus episodes at this point. And it's like a lot of stuff is just not explained to you. And it's just meant to be, ooh, mysterious. Even though we literally do know that other characters know what's up with Subaru. They literally do know.
Really?
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh wait, does Beatrice
I mean,
know?
like okay, little basically like Beatrice and Roswell, the guy, like they're hinted to be like they know something, or like they can like sense it or figure out that because Roswell just straight up okay. Roswell is Emilia's like sponsor. He wants her to like win the crown or whatever, and he just meets Subaru and he like stares at him for a while. Am I
Yes.
still here?
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
here.
Yeah, he just like talks with him for a while. And just remember, Subaru is just a random bullshit teenager. But like Roswell is just like, you know what? From now on, you're Emilia's knight and my partner in crime and literally the most important person in the universe. And I'm like, you just met him. And then in season two, it's hinted because Roswell literally, because Subaru tells Roswell, uh, he, he tells him, what if I was like a weak piece of shit? Like because in like he saves everyone after he does tons of time travel bullshit and knows the details and stuff. And he just tells Roswell, like, what makes you expect that I would have like come through or did all this like amazing stuff? Roswell just says, I knew you were gonna do it because you're like I knew you were gonna do it for Emilia. But remember, as far as everyone else in the series is concerned, Subaru is just a random teenager. He doesn't have any special powers. So Roswell must know that Subaru does have the time travel bullshit.
Do
Okay,
other people have time travel bullshit?
that
What?
is literally dumb. As far as we know, nobody else has time travel bullshit.
Yeah.
It would be really funny if everyone had time travel bullshit.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. All of the other characters, when Subaru first shows up, they're just like he's a random teenager, but this random teenager just knows stuff and just like tells them details that no one else knows. It like literally predicts the future in mysterious ways. Like he guides them to do cool shit. So he's like, oh my god, this teenager is so amazing. But like at the same time, there's still like he's just a teenager. He just happens to be like smart and determined. But not Roswell. Roswell just immediately trusts the guy. He's just like, yes, I'm just gonna give you this literal important responsibility that like has the fate of like the entire country. And I'm like, it feels strange. And then in season two, Roswell just straight up says, I knew you were gonna like come through. I knew you were like gonna eventually like win. So Roswell must know Subaru has the time travel bullshit. And he just didn't tell him. Also Beatrice. Beatrice knows something.
Yes.
Who is this Beatrice and why does she know something?
Beatrice is Roswell. Beatrice is like uh, an ancient spirit that like lives with Roswell or whatever, and she like talks to Subaru too.
Yeah.
Like it's so strange because like she okay,
Okay.
Keyblade, do you remember?
Should we maybe actually talk about the episodes that we are here to talk about?
I mean, we could just
Yep.
continue this for a while if you
I mean,
want.
this is kind of more like a retrospective at this point, which is just on its own a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with the conversation where it's going.
Okay, Beatrice does
Okay.
remember. I'm pretty sure. Keyblade, do you remember the first season? Because Beatrice remembers Subaru. She's like, she treats him the same way, even though he just dies and keeps getting revived. She like remembers what he tells her. I'm pretty sure she
Does
is
she?
not. She is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is unaffected by Subaru's time bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because the space in the mansion that she occupies exists outside of time in the first place.
Yes, so that's what I mean. And she also like says some weird stuff. So I'm just like assuming that she and Roswell, know something. But for some reason, we're just not told what the fuck that is.
Wait, you said the house is outside of space and time?
No, just one room in the house.
Yeah,
She's like
yeah,
a
like
magical high spirit thing.
yeah, like there. You know how in Howl's Moving Castle, Howl has
I haven't seen Howl's Moving Castle.
okay, okay.
Okay,
So
the character
you know
is
how
Lumia.
the
Okay, okay.
TARDIS. I'm trying to explain this myself. So you know how the TARDIS, you, it's got that one door on the outside, and then it moves even though nothing really changes about it.
Yeah. No, I understood the concept. I was just confirming that's what you said. Because it's
Yeah,
just like
it's
the
basically a
that
pocket
DC
dimension.
House of Mysteries, or whatever the
Okay.
fuck they call it. That's where I
Yeah.
think that's where either Tanya, the witch, lives, or the other weird guy who is in trouble with every demon lord.
Okay.
Kind of base. Basically, she lives in a
She is
pocket.
base.
I'm just saying this show doesn't explain the plot that well. The show just like has events happen and never actually explains the main plot at all.
Yeah.
Sounds base.
Yeah. Like one thing that I do like about the show is that like it does sort of give more implicit details about the world. You know?
Yeah, but it never like spells anything out, including like, okay, what does Subaru? What does? Okay, Subaru. What does he do in the first season?
I actually
Dies.
he dies a
Oh,
lot
yes,
and
and
he defeats Beetlejuice by
yeah, but like, why does he defeat Beetlejuice?
okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because here's the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna explain it this way.
Okay.
Lumia,
So it
Beetlejuice is like the leader of like the evil cult, who is like the villains of this series or whatever. But we're never told that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So he basically defeats one of like the main general of this evil cult stuff. But like we're never told that like at the first place there is this evil cult or what the fuck is like their actual like real goal and none of that. But he just like defeats that guy and he also just stops them from doing an invasion. But like we're never told any of like the actual details why any of that stuff happens. Subaru just stumbles his way to them. It's just a coincidence he meets Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice kills him, so he's just like, I guess I have to kill Beetlejuice now, and that's it. Like, there is no big reason why he defeats Beetlejuice.
okay, wasn't it okay, did we really need to from what I recall, wasn't his main reason for defeating those people just that they were gonna fuck up the town near the mansion?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
yeah, like we don't really need like it would be nice to know what they were trying to do and why they were doing that, but
I
it's
agree with you, but we literally spent half the first season with them.
do we? I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was just like the last arc.
No, because the whale arc and the witch arc are like kind of combined.
Okay, huh?
Yeah, because
Oh, that's right.
Subaru
Because he has to defeat the
defeat
witch
the
cult
whale
in
to make
order.
it to the village. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No, he has to defeat the whale to make it to the village. But it's all just random. He like defeats this mythical creature called the whale who eats people, who like eats them out of space time. And I'm like all this cool bullshit, but like Subaru just stumbles onto the whale, and Subaru just stumbles onto Beetlejuice. Like there is no like yes, Beetlejuice evil, we need to defeat him because. No, he just meets Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice just fucks his shit up. So I guess he has to be Beetlejuice now.
Or
Okay,
Beetlejuice. That's his name, right? Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice, like the
He's pretty
like the
No, I know.
star.
You know, of everything you could have compared it to, why did you compare it to the star and not the movie?
Because that's the name of because it was the name of that star first.
Silly key.
Fucking nerd.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, overall, I'm still positive on this show.
No,
This
I am
bad
genuine.
evil and deserves to be killed.
No, I genuinely love ReZero. Okay, season 2 is doing some interesting wacky stuff, but at the same time, we still don't know so much. I just like want to know what's like the main narrative of ReZero. Like, what's the point of anything?
Yeah. Well, it
Like,
seems like
why does
yeah, it
like
seems
why is Subaru there? I just want to know why is Subaru there? Literally.
yeah, I do want to know that as well. But based on the OVA, it seems like the main antagonist is like the reincarnated Witch of Envy, which
I don't.
okay,
Maybe.
yeah, well, and
But
so
no,
what that
I don't
means,
think.
yeah, well, no,
I mean, the
because
Witch
no,
of
let me
Envy
finish, let me finish, let me
literally.
finish. Okay,
Okay, go.
see because in the OVA, the main piece of information that's revealed that I think is genuinely interesting is that people are assuming that Amelia is the reincarnated Witch of Envy. And that makes me think,
Yeah.
okay, the Witch of Envy probably died in the past and has reincarnated. And now the main mystery of the show, like once we're in endgame territory, is going to be figuring out who actually is the Witch of Envy now.
I mean,
And why is she like doing with Subaru what she's doing with him? Because clearly she's the reason why Subaru got pulled into this world to begin with, because she's the reason he has this return by death power.
yeah. Yeah. It isn't. The only thing I'm asking is I just want to know why Subaru is there, like on some basic level.
Yeah. I think we're gonna
Yeah, it's just
I think we're gonna find that
yeah.
out by means of whatever the Witch of Envy is doing with him. Like when we
I
find
mean,
out what she's doing, we'll then find out why he's in this world.
there is law, and okay, all of our questions are technically answered because they are in the light novels, because
Okay.
they are way ahead of the anime, and there is like literal explanation for almost everything, I think.
Okay. Okay, wait, are the light novels done or are they just way far
No,
ahead?
no, they're not done. No, way far ahead. They're not done, but they're way far ahead.
Okay. Okay. Okay, have you
Like
read
a lot
them?
of this, I know some stuff in them, like here and there, from spoiler bullshit that I don't care about. But like at the same time, I'm like, I wish the show was just slightly faster in delivering these information.
Yeah. Well, on exposition dump stuff, I do. Okay, even though it would be nice to get more actual exposition, I'm not going to challenge you on that because it's true. I do like how they sort of play with the exposition dump trope in episode 2 of season 2, where
There is none.
Yeah, no, let me finish, because what Subaru goes to Beatrice and basically asks her for an exposition dump. And she just tells him, "No, I've told you how to get the information you want. So go and get it yourself."
Okay, but
I
that
like
is literally
yeah. No,
okay.
I don't appreciate that we didn't get that exposition in this episode, but I do appreciate that it played with that expectation.
Okay, there is this scene I think in episode 3. So can I talk for a moment about episode 3 of season 2?
Sure.
He meets the Witch of Greed, which is like basically the Witch of Greed is like Google. She like knows a lot of stuff and is mysterious and all this other bullshit. She tells him, Subaru asks me any question, and he's like, nah. Like that is a scene. That is a real scene. I'm just saying that is a real scene.
Subaru is our guy.
Literally, when I said I just had to accept that Subaru is literally a dumbass. I did mean that because like in this scene, there is other mysterious bullshit or whatever, but like he just leaves. She tells him, "Hey, ask me literally anything you want." He could ask her about Return of Death, the Witch of Envy, whatever the fuck he wants. But he's like, "Nah." I'm like, this is so bullshit because like anyone in that situation would at least like want some context for anything, and Subaru does not have context for anything. But he's just like, nah.
Okay, so basically the Witch of Greed is going on r/AMA, and she's like, "Hey guys, I'm the Witch of Greed. I know literally everything. Ask me anything." And then Subaru sees it and he just downvotes it. And that's the end of it.
Literally, yes, that's actually what happened. He just leaves. And I'm like, don't you have any fucking questions? There are so many questions that you could just ask, but he just doesn't. I know he asked them later. I I know at a later point he does in fact fuck up, and then returns to the Witch of Greed and is like, okay, maybe I need to ask you some questions. But at the same time, I'm like, why didn't you just do that at the first place? It would have saved you so much hassle.
Yeah. I mean, well, not to his credit, but like, couldn't it just be that he didn't trust her?
No, literally no. It's not that. He just wanted to leave for whatever reason. He was in a hurry to meet Emilia. That was literally it.
Of course.
Okay, and so now we get back to him being a simp. He cares more about being with Emilia than about like his actual well-being and ability to comprehend his situation.
He can be with Emilia at any time. He helps Emilia, but he is that time travel guy. His only superpower is gaining knowledge from dying. And he has now Google just sitting there. And she's like, hey dude, ask me anything. And he's like, nah. She also wants to fuck him, I think. But she's also like, nah. Look, do you see what I mean? He is a weirdo.
Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying. That I'm saying that is like a really funny flaw of him. Nah, you're right. Like the moment I said that, the moment I realized you are right.
It is frustrating to literally just have the answer dangled right there. It's like they go into details about how the Witch of Greed is like one of the most knowledgeable creatures in all of existence, even though she's literally dead. This is just like her weird spirit trapped or whatever. But she's still like is like the ultimate Google girl. And he's just like, no, my dude, you're a tot. And he just fucks off. I guess.
Okay.
It's bizarre because like in the same episodes, he's like so like he's like, oh my god, what's happening? Where are we? What is all this stuff? And I'm like, dude, you were literally next to the actual Witch of Greed. You could have just asked her. You could have just, hey, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Also, Roswell, side note, when Roswell tells him, I know that Subaru, you were gonna succeed regardless or whatever. And Roswell says in like a mysterious way. Guess what Subaru does? Subaru just like, whatever. And just like walks out of the room. And he doesn't press Roswell for answer. He's like, hey, Roswell, what the fuck did you mean by that? Why are you all mysterious? Did you know something? But then he's just like, nah, and just walks out of the room. And I'm like, Subaru, you are retarded.
Yeah. I think that's genuinely funny.
That's awful. Kill Subaru.
Yeah, no, that's genuinely frustrating because here's the thing. If the answers don't matter, I would be okay with it. But I know Subaru is gonna fuck up and he will have to like kill himself or whatever, and it's gonna be this whole ordeal where he has to re-meet the Witch of Greed to ask her questions and all of that. But then I'm like, dude, you could have just asked her the first time.
That's true. And he had no good reason not to ask her the first time, but I'll have to keep watching before I
Yeah, and
form
also
my own
Roswell.
opinion on that.
Pay attention to the moment when he meets Roswell, and then Roswell like drops this exposition up about him, about like Roswell like knows that Subaru is like epic and cool and special or whatever, but Subaru asks no questions. Subaru is just like, dude, fuck you, and he just walks out of the room. I'm like, dude, just, just talk. Side note: he walks out of the room immediately to Emilia.
I see.
This is the second time he walks out of like important, crucial information just to he could chit chat Emilia for like 5 minutes. Ah, I hate Subaru.
What a fucking bitch.
He is stupid
He is
and
retarded.
dumb.
Let's just put it into perspective. Dear viewer, he is actually mentally retarded.
Yeah, no, he does have. No, like the actual term nowadays is intellectual impairment. He is severely intellectually impaired.
No, he's just dumbass.
Um,
Intellect does not exist in this guy's mind. Let me just put it this way. Intellect is not a word in there.
yeah, no, his IQ is 60 or below.
Literally, yes.
Yeah, that's the definition of mental retardation.
Which makes it even creepier because, like, oh my god, like,
Yeah, you're right. So Rem is literally taking advantage of him.
yeah, but he says, okay, I hate one thing because they keep going with this whole, he also loves Ram. He also loves Rem. He still loves her, by the way.
Oh, God.
No, yes, he literally still loves her. He tells Emilia, I love Rem as much as I love you. That is an actual lie in season 2.
Oh no.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Okay,
You know,
this
okay,
is a
so here's. Okay, so
I just want to say
here's.
this. I just want to let. Okay. This is a medieval world. Maybe Subaru is actually secretly a Chad, and he's aiming for that harem ending. Maybe.
Yeah, no, okay, best ending is Subaru gets all of the girls, and it just turns out they were gunning for that poly relationship this whole time.
Yes, they just wanted Subaru and also all the other bitches.
Yeah.
That is canon, by the way.
Nice.
No, that is canon.
No, I said nice.
Yes, there is a light novel. Okay, each year the author releases like an short like web novel or light novel or whatever, and it has like these like non-canon stories or whatever. It's like what if, and one of them is Subaru literally does fuck every single girl in ReZero. Every main girl is married to Subaru.
That's
Base.
yes, truly based.
Yes, and he is the king, I guess.
Literally based.
Which makes no sense, by the way, I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes. Do we have any final thoughts? I've already got a good title for this video in mind.
Is Subaru gay?
Comment below!
Tell us your opinion. Is he gay? Is he just gay? Is that the fucking twist at the end that he's always was gay and he's gonna end up with Felix? Is that the ending?
Yes. Does Natsuki Subaru is gay? Also, okay. Also, comment below. Why is ReZero bad, and why do you love it anyway?
Oh god, I listened to the entire Legend of Galactic Heroes soundtrack while we were recording this.
Based.
Yes.
Bye!
Also, why does Legend of the Galactic Heroes have the best soundtrack of all time? Okay, let me end now.
ReZero, good anime.
Yes. Lumia, now say die.
Die.